6. Biomes. Many variables affect Earth's weather. These include wind patterns, ocean currents, and changes in seasons. All of these elements work together to produce different climates in different parts of the world. In this chapter, you will learn about climates and climate regions called biomes. Earth has 6 main land biomes that have particular plants and animals. These biomes are deserts, grasslands, temperate deciduous forests, rainforests, taiga, and tundras. In which biome do you live? What types of plants and animals live where you live? And biomes. Imagine someone gave you an airplane ticket to travel to Africa to see the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania. If you like adventures, you might say, "Great! When do I leave?" Then you would want to pack your suitcase, but what would you take? What is the climate like in Africa? A climate is defined as the type of weather patterns that a place has, on average, over a long period of time. If you wanted to know about the climate in a place you were about to visit, you might ask questions like, how hot and how cold does it usually get? Does it rain a lot? How often is the temperature below freezing? Climate depends on many factors, including latitude, precipitation, elevation, topography, and distance from large bodies of water. Weather is a term that describes the condition of the atmosphere in terms of temperature, wind, and atmospheric pressures. Changes in these conditions cause weather patterns. The sun is the major energy for weather and weather patterns. Characteristics of biomes. Scientists divide the planet into climate regions. Each region is called a biome. Earth has 6 main biomes: deserts, grasslands, temperate deciduous forests, rainforests, taiga, and tundras. These biomes generally differ in their latitude, weather, and relative humidity, amount of sunlight, and topography. Each biome has a unique set of plants and animals that thrive in a climate. Relative humidity is a measure of how much water vapor an air mass contains. Humidity is related to plant and animal diversity. From the poles to the equator, humidity and the diversity of plants and animals increases. Earth is hottest near the equator, where the sun is closest to being directly overhead year-round. At the north and south poles, temperatures are much colder. This effect is related to the fact that light travels in straight, parallel lines. To demonstrate what is happening, imagine shining a flashlight on a sheet of paper, figure 6.1. The light makes a bright, small spot. By tilting the paper, you can make the light spot bigger and less intense. At the equator, sunlight is direct and intense. Earth's north and south poles are tilted away from the sun or toward the sun, depending on the time of year. The location of the poles relative to the sun and Earth's spherical surface means that sunlight reaching these areas is spread out and less intense. As a result, the average yearly temperature at the equator is 27 degrees Celsius or 80 degrees Fahrenheit, while at the North Pole it is negative 18 degrees Celsius or 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Generally, as latitude or distance from the equator increases, the amount of incoming solar radiation decreases. Variables that affect climates. Have you ever wondered why cities near the ocean don't get as hot in the summer or as cold in the winter as inland cities in the same latitude? Portland, Oregon, and Minneapolis, Minnesota are 2 cities near the same latitude. Figure 6.2. Look at Figure 6.1, Table 6.1 below to see how average daily temperatures range for these cities. Compare. The difference in temperature between the 2 cities have to do with water, which is an effective moderator of temperature. Water warms up and cools down slowly. Land warms up and cools down quickly. Therefore, regions near water, like Portland, do not have extremely hot or cold weather. Similarly, wet areas like marshes and swamps don't experience the same temperature extremes found in desert regions. Latitude is an important variable in defining biome. However, altitude is also a variable. The range of biomes that exist on Earth from the equator to the poles also exists if one goes from the bottom of a mountain to the top of a mountain, figure 6.3. Moment to study this biome map of the world. Which biome do you live in? And animals in biomes. A biome is characterized by its plants and animal communities. The plants and animals in a community interact with each other and survive in a shared environment. The plants and animals in the environment have adaptations that allow them to obtain enough resources, such as food, water, or sunlight, to survive in the environment. For example, how might an animal survive in a hot desert? Jackrabbits have an adaptation to keep cool, enormous ears with many blood vessels near the surface, figure 6.4. Blood running through the vessels speeds up heat transfer from the jackrabbit's body to the air so it stays cooler. Biomes are large geographic areas. Within a biome, there are many interrelated ecosystems. An ecosystem is made up of plants and animals that live there, plus non-living things like soil, air, water, sunlight, and nutrients. The living and non-living parts of an ecosystem work together, and each organism plays an important ecological role. On a baseball team, for example, important roles include coach, pitcher, catcher, outfielder, and infielders. Similarly, organisms play roles in their ecosystem. The number and types of organisms that an ecosystem can support depends on the resources available, food sources, and environmental factors such as the amount of available sunlight, water, and temperature. For plants, another important factor is soil composition. The roles within a biome ecosystem depend on the quantity and type of resources. Each ecosystem of a particular biome type has organisms that play similar roles. For example, both a rainforest in South America and a rainforest in Australia have predators, herbivores, and decomposers suited to surviving in the rainforest environment. Take a moment to answer these questions.